I often have people who ask me, will the problems just happen again? My name is Lee Balkum, and I'm the Internet's leading marriage expert, and I'm here to talk about what happens when you've dealt with your problems or are trying to deal with your problems and you're concerned about what might happen down the road. Now, there are no guarantees. No matter what you do, you have to ask a question. Did you fix the issues or just treat the symptoms? If you really want to know whether the problem's going to come back, if you've only treated the symptoms, it's possible that they will come back. There are just no guarantees about this. One question to ask is, do both of you really commit to really changing the habits? Both of you have to commit to changing the habits in order for those habits to change. If one person changes and the other doesn't, it often pulls the other person back into those old cycles. And finally, do you commit to making the marriage great? It's not good enough to commit to save the marriage. You have to commit to making the marriage something that you would treasure, something that's great, in order to stay away from having the problems just come back. Now, my mother used to tell me, don't cross the bridge until you come to it. And that's a big issue with this. If you're asking this question, part of it is you're trying to cross a bridge and you can get too caught up in what might happen, then it freezes you out of doing what you should be doing for what can happen right now. So instead, just relate. We often get stuck in talking about relating, and we get stuck in talking about what we should do instead of just relating, being connected with someone, and that's so important to do if you want to avoid problems down the road. Now, I said symptoms a little while ago. Did you treat symptoms or did you get to the real issue? There are lots of symptoms that we like to address. These are just a few. Arguments, power struggles, affairs, sex problems, issues about children, constant bickering, lack of communication, dissatisfaction with life, and particularly with marital life. All of those are symptoms of a deeper issue. And you have to get to the real issue. Now, the real issue is when a couple does not face their fears. We all carry two core fears with us into relationships. They are the fears of intimacy and abandonment. A fear of intimacy is when you fear that you'll lose yourself, lose your identity to the other person, and so you try to keep some distance away from them. A fear of abandonment is when you're afraid you're going to lose that other person, and so you try to stay connected to them. And so if you have two people who are playing out those fears, and one plays into the other, if someone has a fear of intimacy, it triggers the other person's fear of abandonment, and vice versa. So if you don't face the fears and recognize that we all carry those fears with us, you haven't dealt with the real issue at hand. The real issue is not joining together as a team. I mean, that really is the heart of all marital problems, is we haven't joined together as a team. And when I say join together as a team, what I really mean is that we haven't become a we. We haven't become a unit. We haven't so solidified ourselves that we are actually one team, one unit working together towards the common cause, which is to have a great life, to get our kids, if we have kids, through life, to get ourselves through life, to have success, and to be enjoying each other as a couple. That's the sense of being a we, of we are in this together, we will get through this. Now, if you want to know more about how you become a we, I'm going to invite you to go now to my website, www.savethemarriage.com. That's www.savethemarriage.com, and you're going to find lots of information on how to become a we once you get there.